You make it sound so simple, Ryan. I wish that that was it, but a little more nuance perhaps. And already ITB reading into the A play here. 3 players on the site, boots on the ground. It's Swan, the man to fight first and win out. Smooya in support. They've done a great job at slowing the push down and will wipe the floor clean with Fnatic players. Sure, there are plenty of ways to describe Smooya. I was just wondering which one you were going to pull out the hat that time. And,
never mind.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about that Deagle shot from blameF as well. It can cause issues here if Red Star isn't able to hold on for a little more. Nork also making things difficult, but the MP9 doing work for now. 3 kills, is it going to be enough? Still a 2-on-2, chance for the bomb to get planted. Smooya will deny, and that means that there's nothing left to be said of Blame in the end. I genuinely don't think he realised that it was going to bloom there, and now a situation of circumstance. You thought ITB were playing for exits. There is a kit on Synopsy here. Smoke dropping in. This could be costly. I think they're just going to go ahead and stick it. Synopsy, oh my lord. He very nearly gets away with it. Finally, he goes down. I have no idea what the call was there. Fnatic, this one looking like a non-starter. Crims does manage to retaliate. Settle for a 3-on-3. Flank coming in. Flatro waiting in the wings, but Nork shuts him down. Clips him. Advantage to Fnatic, but 30 seconds. The bomb is yet to be planted.
As you say, time is of the essence now. Nork's the man with the bomb, so he's either going to have to unscope, pull out the bomb and drop it to a teammate, or he himself is going to have to commit. And in an ideal world, you want the AWP holding these kinds of angles. Smooya, missed shot. Now it is just Red Star. 1v3. He will find the first and the second. Now knows that the bomb's been planted on site. And Red Star, a man, unbelievable scenes. Just so easy, comes so natural. 1v3. And Fnatic, a quick oversight, thinking, well, you know, if Smooya's out on his own and there was no instant trade of the AWP, surely that means the last player is pulling off something funky. Instead, no. He just bided his time. He waited. And he finds all 3.
Situation so well read by Fnatic in the first instance. They read the flank. Crims able to get the timing on Smooya there as well. Missed shot.
M4 nicely. That is just so outrageous from one Flatro. The fact that he's able to swing out blind with no utility, dry swings, gets a kill, and returns with his life. I think you've got to look at Fnatic more in that situation and be like, how the hell is that being allowed? How is one going? He's going again! I mean, that is silly, but the round has already been won. They know that blameF's outside that smoke. They know that, I mean, it's not exactly like Nork's going to be on the other side of the map to him, and with 15 seconds to go, it's either an incredibly late lunge into the site, or they're just going to have to stay put and save. And unfortunately for Fnatic, whether you go or not, I don't think there's much of a chance of you keeping these weapons, because it is all down to Nork. And while it is after time, that means he gets no money, and it is only a Galil kept in his hands alongside those 2 flashes into round 7. All works out. Speaking of working out, it should have done better for the Into the Breach defense.
Looking for more from Kios there. And Smooya this time on the angle, quickly forced off by the flash. No one has crossed the fountain yet, and
B is your destination. Red Star 1 Flatro. Ask a lot of them. 2v4 effectively on this side.
Both rifles holding on strong to either angle. Flatro with the hat trick, swings around, tries to take the last on to blameF, who with a quick double headshot has brought this into the realms of possibility. Smooya was in a sticky situation on the A site, and now has to bail the rest of his team out for this 1 versus 1. Blame is low, 33 points of health. The pistol is drawn, and Smooya goes swinging. He spots the shoulder, but then backs up towards the pillar. Blame isn't looking the right way. Smooya could just have him caught here on the timing, and the headshot will finish off the job. It's a 6 for Into the Breach, and as close as things got, Fnatic couldn't find a way through.
And now, well, yeah, makes sense. Accelerate towards B. You know you've got the frag. That's your path in, your ticket in.
Huge nade. So much damage, though, from Synopsy, and he will follow it up with 2 more kills. I don't know what it is about this pair, but honestly, both of them doing such a great job at holding down the B site.
CT side, when the Tide does come back in and Fnatic have to play on the defense. I don't know. Chaos, a silent figure within the server so far, and only good for one again. Smooya forced to react. Another molly, this time will not burn him to a crisp, but now in a position where he just tucks tail, waits for those rotates, and using his utility to sort of warden off this Fnatic push.
A couple of times where Smooya has felt like a sitting duck towards heaven. Gets a little more support this time. Synopsy coming in through camps, just thrown out the molly. That's pushed the player into the corner. Crim's the one who gets caught. Red Star doubling up. Brilliant work from ITB in the retake. It's there for a reason. Red Star guards it. Those mollies consistently being dumped towards E-Box are stopping Mattis from scaling any further towards this site, punishing, trading either of the Kosovans there. Finally, they do lose their head and Nork takes off Synopsy. That's such a huge kill as well now because you've only got Red Star left towards B. Push up through mid by Smooya, knows exactly where the perpetrator is. Molly will fall at the feet of Nork. Oh, God! Land the shot! That's a ridiculous snap.
That's a distasteful shot out of Nork, and all of a sudden, the floodgates open once again. Red Star needed a little bit more. And a 1v3 this time in the hands of Chaos on the other side of the map. Not in a position really to go for a retake, and despite, you know, being 8 out of 9 on the CT side, not good enough by any metric.
No, that's the thing. It's only going to take one from these next 2 rounds from ITB to bolster what is already a very competent, very strong CT half on Anubis.
BlameF with an opener, a lot of aggression towards B, and Chaos has held his ground in middle. Goes from Fnatic advantage, and then tossed back into the hands of ITB. A generous donation of 2 free frags, and they don't stop here. Look, Red Star's already pushed up. They've smoked off the B hold entirely.
They won't know about Juan Flatro. There's absolutely no chance that you expect him to be up this far right now. All Red Star needs to do is buy a little bit of time, find one through the corner of the smoke. He does exactly his job. Nork goes to a bullet at the back of his own head. And Crims, hoping that the rest of his team would be able to carry the cargo to the open A site, finds that instead the round has completely been flipped on its head. A 1 versus 4 attempt, which he can barely dig his teeth into. Red Star finishes it off, and that's the 9th I was talking about. Instead, it's ITB continuing to limit test. Kios through main does get shut down. The old head of Crims could finish him off, but Synopsy is quick for a trade, and just like that, Fnatic have dropped all the way back out of mid and are strong for options in this late stage of the round.
Pick your poison. 35 seconds, so whatever it is, you have to stick with it. You can't afford to detour from the game plan. With a smoke dropped outside B, this is scary. One Flatro has been a menace on the back of this site, and while he's the man to open it, it needs to be the Fnatic players to close it. Any glimmer of hope, this is your chance. Smoke blown open, and one Flatro finds another, leaping through the smoke, but Smooya's in support. It is double digits into the breach, 10-2. Smoke drops out, CT side, need to find the kills, and well, they start to trickle in, but for both sides of the coin. Chasing down this pillar player, Matties runs out of ammunition. 3v3, smokes give away to plant the bomb, and now Fnatic have to go for a retake, and it's a kitless CT side.
Crims reloading off the back of the spam, couldn't take Synopsy off the plant, he goes solo. Where is the follow-up? Nowhere to be seen. Fnatic crying out for help, looking for an answer, a hero. It's got to come between Blame and Body. The 2-on-3, of which they are so split up from one another. Red Star honing in for the kill, and Synopsy finishing it off. An 11th into the breach means that this game is all but over.
I mean, look at this, the amount of possession this team's got. This is dangerous. Chaos with one Flatro a second. They didn't even care about planting the bomb. The priority was just holding W and holding Mouse 1. And the pieces continue to fall together. Nork and Blame 2v4, left to tuck tail and run away. It's just textbook into the breach stuff. Aggression trumps all apparently with this side. One Flatro unfortunately silenced, but that is exactly what the doctor ordered for a round like that for Into the Breach. Pace to overpower, and they have basically nailed Fnatic and their game plan on Anubis.
Yeah, you've even got Synopsy flanking around here to try and find Blame, who I don't think is long for this world here either. It's the opener that they were just about looking for.
Boats dropped in, shot out, Synopsy, great transfer. Chaos pinching away the highlight, real worthy moment from him. It's a 2v2 and, well, it's actually a disadvantage for Into the Breach in terms of HP. Now the team that are forcing Fnatic's hand. They've planted the bomb, inviting that pressure back in. Nice shot from Crims onto the low HP. Smooya 1v2, a poetic way it would be to close. The Brit needs to find them both, hits the first, but 8 points of health is all that he's left with. Tucks away from the nade. Bomb tapped, not stuck. And in fact, I was going to say, a smoke to try and create even more of a problem. But Body able to find him through it. And, well, you can see Body a little bit reactionless, I'm not going to lie. I think they understand, well, I think we were anticipating to do a little bit better on this pick.
So close at the end there as well. Have a kid to work with. It's a decent push from ITB. Crims does well to hold on. And I don't know if that was a... I think, yeah, it was a flash over the top. Mattis not getting the credit for it in the kill feed. But forced to look away. And a third round on the board for Fnatic. Chance for ITB to fight back out of this one, though. Nork has Synopsy pinned. He'll go down underneath the E-box. 4 on 3. ITB trailing, but still with the weapons to contend at this long range. The plant is for main. That's where they stand. And the Fnatic players will fall on the site. A double from Han Flatro. Red Star finishes it off. And on Smooya's revenge story, if you're looking at them being in any kind of power position, it would be here. And right now, we're already seeing those names lighting up the A site. 4 kills in less than 4 seconds. It's Red Star with the final few headshots, and Synopsy is trying to cut in line to finish the job, and he will. A third pistol round in this series for ITB.
No, they are such a momentum-based team. You cannot afford to let it slip. Good start. Great start, in fact, from Matties. 2 quick kills in middle. One of the more quiet characters in map number 1. Nice to see his early success in the second. TB players in body bags.
This could get really scary. There are 2 players here. Juan the first, Keels with the second peek. It's a 3 on 3. Blink and you'll miss it. ITB have set their sights on A. B, I should say. It didn't rotate. Okay, Fnatic clear the board anyway. Brilliant spam from Nork.
Feature to the Fnatic attack, or is it going to be temporary? Well, the kill feed seems to have spoke some answers already. Red Star Synopsy, quick to put Body and Matties in the grave.
Feeling like the latter rather than the former, Ryan, as you put it. And this time, with it being on the shelf instead, again, there's no immediate need, no air of caution to be rotating quickly. As soon as Juan is spotting Nork here, should just be dropping back for the support of the rest of his team. It's Crims instead. That's allowed Blame to get up in ramp and find not only one opener, but a follow-up as well.
2 rounds in a row now where 5v3s have turned into 3v3s. This time, it's ITB on the come down. It's bomb chucks across towards site. Synopsy deleted by Blame F. That's 3 now in the round for him. A boost assembled. A stack up of players. Smooya hopes to see something over the top of it, and while it's damaged, it's no frag. Finally gets his hands on the opportunity. It's Nork dead next. A second for Smooya, and expecting Crims to come from short, and while the AWP wheel to rifle, it is all the same to him. Red Star will stick the landing and Into the Breach.
Starts to look more like a hot knife through butter, and Fnatic continuing to wait. Absolutely no idea as the knives are out. Synopsy could be in for quite the haul here. 2 kills, nearly finishing off the third. Mattis was the only healthy player, now he's dead. It is just on the debutant to try and salvage this 1 versus 3. Yeah, he has an AK, but do you really think he has a chance?
Gonna be tough. Low HP while he nearly got the jump.
Mind games after mind games. ITB initially stacked for the quick A pop. Fnatic looked like they were going to lean into it, but because Body has managed to slip into Red Room, he saw Juan Flatro, or heard him, rotating over towards A. Those set of footsteps has brought them back onto the B play. A trade in mid puts it in a 4 versus 3 situation in favor of Fnatic. They are ahead by just a man for now, and they've managed to get some deep control towards long here as well. So ITB end up saving, but I think both teams were in a pretty strong position there. ITB more so at points throughout the rounds. There was a certain part on the timeline when A was open, but missed shot Nork meant they couldn't capitalize on the B push. And that's how it settles. Really weird one, but I like how both teams were feeling each other out there.
Yeah, I know I compliment the round into the breach, play passive and eventually lose, but I do like the idea of it. Sort of...
You can see him looking off to his map in the corner of the screen. Juan Flatro could get a crazy timing here if he's lucky. Here's some kind of a cue, a step perhaps, peeks onto Nork, and that's double doors in control of ITB. Momentarily, Mattis will snatch it back before the retake.
Red Star good nade. 3v3 molly towards short, gonna cut circulation a bit here. It is Smooya left behind it. Gap in that smoke is scary. Oh, Synopsy knows about it though. Immediately shot through it to see if anyone was home. It's Crims that emerges through the edge of it, but to no avail. Now the bodies start piling in towards sight. A tap of the bomb. In fact, it's not a tap, it's a stick. Synopsy's going for it again. The wallbang's so close, but not enough. 7 points of health is all that's left. Synopsy picks up the big green, and ITB pick up their 6th.
Slowed for just a moment, they do eventually head in, but it's to the crosshairs of Smooya who finds the opener.
Synopsy! 2 kills, now it's just Body left. Blink and you miss it stuff. Yet again a double from Synopsy to derail any attempt from Fnatic.
The Brits already rotated over to help out on the B defense, and that's where they get aggressive. Find all of the jewels towards ramp. Mattis P250's done God's work, but up against the USP of Smooya, and more importantly AWP, there is no chance for them to find another. Blended with Fnatic's incompetency at times, I think. The situations where they find themselves advantages not being converted, and amongst, you know, missed opportunities and unforced errors on ITB's own behalf, there's just been no capitalization. And if that shot from Kios through the smoke to find yet another kill, and then another nail into this Fnatic casket, says everything about the series, I don't know what does.
That's not a good sign, right? Like, go 0-2 against alternate attacks, and I did say, you know, on a good day, I think alternate attacks do beat Fnatic, especially with the recent addition of Nork. Ramping up for a bit of momentum heading into the closing stages of this tournament.
Even look at the previous round, Flatro so aggressive. This time it's Synopsy. Body's on death's door. The fact that he finds a headshot there is miraculous, and Mattis will get his double. Juan is still running into the gunfire, so ITB have finally been punished. You'd say they've learned their lesson, but there's 1 round left in the half, so...
Very manageable scenario in terms of numbers, probably on the wrong side of the map. But a good start. Smooya switching out. Warp for AK makes sense. Penultimate round of the half, if you're going to go for it, get a rifle, you can rebuy an AWP in the next round. There's no loss in taking this.
Could this be his time to shine? Nork, deleted. Couldn't find the result that time, but Mattis will be able to close by himself. More CT players up the shelf trying to boost back through cave, but Red Star's positioning is acute. On the other side of double doors, it's a deep clear. He could play in Synopsy here, perhaps, as the retake is very much from the backside. Got a molly to buy even further delay. But Flatro can smell blood in the water. It's another double headshot. He's looking for more. It's Smooya instead. And one Flatro to close. Double digits for ITB.
2 rounds away from elimination for Fnatic. They've got another buy in front of them. Spam through the smoke. Good start for Blame. TK in the mix, but Synopsy trying to make amends. Unfortunately, it could be all for naught, although saying that, Red Star bursts through. First 10 seconds of action, it contains 5 frags, and there could be more. As Smooya draws a molly to the feet of Blame F, he knows all too well about the Dane's position. And now it's a 2v2, a stalemate. Fnatic now have to take a gamble, both players going A.
Other sides of the map just trying to probe for info, and it's Crims that you've got to be looking towards. This mid-re clear is everything. Does Smooya find the fight? He does. Huge win to take there against the Swede. Body has the info, and as he fires off a couple shots, gives away his position as well. So ITB have their free choice of where they want to go. You spot the CT top mid. I'm not sure they've expected this B rotation though. That's where he's going to be. Has to respect the molly for now. Smooya on the cross with the bomb on his back. It's another big fight that he's got to try and win, but gearing up for it. Body is unprepared. 12 for ITB, map and series point.
Let's not forget, you know, there's a greater picture as well. There's lands on the line, there's prize money, all of that, and Fnatic should be at the top of it all. Should have had a chance. This was an expected result that they'd be able to rebuild, get back into CS with a good project.
He's
Body
still playing the discipline.
Discipline. Wait, there's 2 players, and he doesn't even find the second. That just summarizes the entire game in the span of 10 seconds for Fnatic. 3v3, but numbers still prevail for Into the Breach. Trades are good. Aim is even better as Chaos just runs rampant through heaven. And it is all on Crims. 1v3, everything at stake, minimal chance, minimal opportunity. Good night, Fnatic, and welcome to the semi-finals Into the Breach.